Greetings, book lovers, and welcome to Author-ized. I am thrilled to be welcoming Jami Attenberg to our program. Jami Attenberg has written about sex, technology, design, books, television, and urban life for the New York Times Magazine, the Wall Street Journal, The Guardian, Lenny Letter, and others. In March 2017, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Books will release her latest novel, All Grown Up. Her debut collection of stories, Instant Love, was published in 2006, followed by the novels The Kept Man, The Melting Season. Her fourth book, The Middlesteins, was published in October 2012, and it appeared on the New York Times bestseller list and was published in 10 countries in 2013. It was also a finalist for both the LA Times Book Prize for Fiction and the St. Francis College Literary Prize. It's been optioned by Showtime. A fifth book, St. Maisie, was published in 2015 and has been optioned by Fable Pictures. Jami divides her time between New Orleans, Louisiana, and Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to Author-ized, Jami.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Before you tell us about your new novel, your upcoming novel, All Grown Up, could we talk about The Middlesteins? I finished it last night. It's your third novel. Some say it was your breakthrough novel. So if folks haven't read that yet, they could grab that before March comes and they go to grab All Grown Up. Talk to us about The Middlesteins.
Well, The Middlesteins it's set in the suburbs of Chicago, the northwest suburbs, and it is about a Jewish family, and the matriarch of the family is killing herself with food. And so the book is really about how all of her family members are contending with this woman who won't take care of herself, and how it impacts them. And it's also a look at their lives and the complexities of their own lives. And it's about that.
But, you know, she won't take care of herself, but she's a very smart woman. She's an attorney.
Sure. There's plenty of people who don't, who are very smart but don't take care of themselves. That's really, and people have complicated relationships with food.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard. It's the one thing, if you want to quit drinking, you can quit drinking and you never have to have a drink again. If you quit smoking, you never have to have a cigarette again. But if you have a problem with food, it's something that you have to face every single day of your life. And it's really, the book really kind of examines how it's tied up with your emotions and with your family and with traditions and sometimes with faith. And so it's not just so easy to, I think, even if you're the smartest person in the world, sometimes it's really hard to walk away from food.
There's a quote, I've used it in other interviews. It's from Tolstoy, Anna Karenina. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yes, I've heard that quote
Okay,
before.
so he says, happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Are the Middlesteins an unhappy family?
Yes. I mean, they're a dysfunctional family. I wouldn't describe them as a happy family, and I wouldn't describe them as happy people, although they're certainly capable of joy, and there are happy moments in the book, and there are funny moments in the book, and but I don't think that they're a happy family, no.
I listened to it as an audiobook. Did you like Molly Ringwald's interpretation, her narration of the book?
Yeah, Molly did a great job.
Yeah.
She was really enthusiastic about the book. I felt really lucky that she did it, and obviously it adds a little Hollywood.
Yeah. No, I think she did great.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about All Grown Up?
So it's about Andrea Byrne, and it sort of takes place at different times in her life, but she is, the present day-ish version of her life is she's in her late 30s, about to turn 40, and she lives in New York City, and she doesn't have any of the accomplished any of the traditional milestones of adulthood. Like, she's single, she hasn't got, she's never been married, she never had kids, she doesn't own her own home, all of those kinds of things that are considered traditional, and sort of a sign of being an adult. But yet she's still an adult. She's still somebody who's grown up and who's trying to figure out what that means. So it's kind of about somebody who lives, a more unconventional path, although I will have to say that it's not really that unconventional. It's just sort of seen that way. And how she how she contends with with becoming a grown up and thinking about who she is and where she is in her life. And she has, a best friend who just got married and just had a baby, and she's got a brother who's married, who has a baby, who is terminally ill, and she's got a complicated relationship with her mother, and then she's sort of like not super interested in like getting married or anything like that, but she kind of has, relationships here and there. And I don't know, she just kind of, is living her life and trying to sort out the most, the best way for her, and trying to figure out what makes her happy.
Are there any consistent themes among your novels, would you say?
Sure. I try to express ideas of empathy and compassion. I always have strong and complicated female protagonists. I'm a feminist writer. I am a feminist, so all of my books have a feminist strain to them. Yeah, I would say those are the primary themes.
Tell us about some books that have influenced you, either when you were a kid, as a grown-up.
The stories of Grace Paley have always been a favorite of mine. She is incredibly compassionate in her writing, and she has, had like a really great sense of humor and a great sense of voice, and her work felt really authentic to me. So I always kind of, I loved Grace Paley. I loved Raymond Carver's short stories when I was growing up. I think, I don't know, there's just so many writers out there, but those two kind of pop to mind.
Do you have?
I started out as a short story writer.
Yes. So is there anything else you'd like your readers to know about you and your books?
I wrote this book because I wanted people to have a place to put their feelings. And I wanted people to be really caught up and consumed in my storytelling. And I think that's why my favorite way of reading a book is to sort of take it with me and just like eat it up and sit there and lose an entire weekend and just be completely like collapsed into this universe that somebody has offered up to me. And so I try to do that same thing with readers, as I want them to just sort of just feel like they want to dive into it, and when they've left, they've experienced like a really specific vision of the world, and hopefully they'll connect with it. But even if they don't, like they feel like they had an understanding of a different, person or character or voice other than their own. And I try to write things that are funny too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I like to entertain people.
So now, at the end of our interviews, we ask our authors to grab one of their books and open to any page and read a passage and then talk about it. So
okay,
whatever you want.
Oh, do I pick, or should I just randomly?
We sort of hope it's random, but
okay.
If you have a bookmark somewhere that is fabulous.
I'm going to do random. Okay. This is at Andrea's 40th birthday.
Which
party.
Novel? What are we talking about?
All grown up.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just going to read. Well, let me see. Okay. My birthday dinner is pleasant, if slightly forced. We dine in the candlelit basement of an Italian restaurant near my house. I have the porchetta and 1,000 glasses of wine. Everyone manages to not talk about their own bullshit for a night, a real effort for some. Indigo with her bad marriage, my mother always worried about her family, an old drug buddy who keeps disappearing to the bathroom. And instead they say really nice things about me. That I am an honest and good friend, that I am strong and fair, that I have enviable hair, that I haven't aged a day. To that last bit I say, that's because I've spent the last decade trapped in an office. The sun hasn't touched this skin. Everyone laughs. Then they make jokes about me turning 40, but you know what? Tonight I don't care about 40, joke away. To my great surprise, I am still alive on this planet. And that's what we toast to still being alive.
Fabulous. Wonderful.
It's really funny. You got to read it.
I can't wait. and I'm sure our readers can't wait either. So everyone, you can learn more about Jami Attenberg by visiting her website at jamiattenberg.com. Thank you, Jami, for joining us at Author-ized. Check back soon for more inspiring writers talking about their inspiring books. Thank you, Jami.
Bye. I love libraries.
Aces. Thank you.